Welcome back to Horoscope TV.
Hey, everyone.
If you are a Libra, you really need to stop what you're doing right now because this is made exactly for you.
It really is.
Yeah, so we are looking at the astrological charts for the week of May 18th to May 24, 2026. And, you need to listen to this because this week brings a massive, just a massive shift in your world.
Oh, absolutely. The charts are wild this week.
Right. We are talking about destined career moments, super intense romance, and like these sudden flashes of genius that will completely change how you see things. You will not want to miss how these stars line up for you.
No, you won't, because the astro data is showing a period of very high highs and, well, some very confusing moments, too.
Yeah, definitely some confusing stuff in there. Okay, let's unpack this. Our mission today is to analyze the charts for this specific week to help you, the listener, understand exactly where to put your energy, like who you should spend time with and who you really need to avoid.
Exactly. And if we look at the week as a whole, the overall theme for Libra is this beautiful but really complex dance between your public ambition and your very private intimacy.
Ooh, public versus private. I like that.
Right. You are going to be balancing how the world sees you at your job, or maybe in your community, with what is happening in your private life, like in your bedroom and in your bank account.
Wow, okay. That's a lot to juggle. It's the classic struggle of the public star versus the private romantic, I guess.
It totally is.
So let's start by looking outward, at how you are seen by the world before we move into your private life. Let's talk about stepping right into the spotlight.
Let's do it.
Because on May 19th, the planet Venus enters the sign of Cancer. Now, Venus is a big deal for a Libra, right? Because Venus is the planet that actually rules the sign of Libra.
Exactly. I mean, every zodiac sign has a ruling planet, a planet that acts like the boss of that sign.
The boss, right?
Yeah, and for you, Libra, your boss is Venus. And Venus is the planet that cares about love, beauty, harmony, all that good stuff. It's about bringing people together.
So wherever Venus goes, Libras feel it.
They feel it very strongly. So on May 19th, Venus moves into Cancer. And in the astrological charts, the area where this happens is right at the very top of your personal chart.
Okay, wait, let me stop you there. What does the top of the chart actually mean for like our everyday lives? Is it a literal thing?
Well, think of the astrological chart like a giant clock.
Okay, a clock.
Right. In the very top of the clock, the 12 o'clock mark, that is the highest point the sun reaches in the sky during the day. So in astrology, that 12 o'clock area represents your public stage.
Oh, wow. So it's very visible.
Highly visible. It's your career, your reputation, how strangers or bosses see you. So when your ruling planet Venus moves up to that high point, it means you're stepping into the spotlight.
You literally cannot hide this week, even if you try.
You really can't. You're front and center.
So the spotlight is on. But why does the sign of Cancer matter here? Because Cancer is symbolized by the crab, right?
Yes, the crab.
And it's a water sign, which, feels very different from a Libra because Libra is an air sign.
That is such a great point. Cancer is a water sign, and water in astrology is all about feelings, emotions, and nurturing. Cancer has this very motherly, caring, protective energy.
Oh, I see.
So when Venus brings your natural Libra charm into that caring sign of Cancer right in your career zone, it changes how people see you at work.
Like, how so?
Well, you are not just going to be seen as a person who just gets tasks done. You will deeply want to be recognized for your caring and gentle nature at work.
Like you become the work parent.
Exactly. You're the work parent.
Like you are the one people come to when they are super stressed out about a project or when they just need a kind word by the coffee machine.
Yes, you become the glue holding the office together.
Right.
People will just naturally trust you because that Cancer energy makes people feel safe.
And because Venus is there, you look good doing it.
You look great doing it. You will be viewed as highly charming and totally capable at the busy office. And because of this wonderful spotlight on you, this is the perfect time to ask a manager or a boss for a big favor.
Wait, let me push back on that a little bit.
Sure.
If you are acting like the caring, gentle person who is, nurturing everyone, doesn't that sometimes make bosses take you for granted? Why is this the time to ask for a favor? Shouldn't you be demanding it?
That is a very common worry, actually.
Huh?
But here is why this works right now. Venus does not demand things loudly.
Okay.
Venus attracts things smoothly. So by creating a feeling of harmony and safety in the office, you are making your boss's life easier.
Oh, that makes sense. You're removing their stress.
Exactly. They see you as a valuable, trusted friend, not just another worker. So when you ask for a favor while holding that trusted position, they are much more likely to say yes.
Because they want to keep you happy.
Right. They need your calming energy around.
That makes a lot of sense. You are using sweetness as a strategy. I
Yeah.
love that.
It's a great strategy.
So do not waste that good energy, Libras. Ask for the raise, ask for the time off, or ask to lead that new project.
Definitely.
And then just a couple of days later, on May 21st, the sun enters Gemini. And I saw this is also marked as one of the best dates for you this week.
It is. Gemini is an air sign, just like you, Libra. And when two air signs connect, energy just flows very easily.
It's a natural match.
Exactly. Air in astrology represents the mind, communication, and thoughts. So when the sun, which is, the biggest source of energy in our solar system, moves into Gemini, it is like a bright light turning on in your brain.
A light bulb moment.
Yes, it totally opens your bright mind to new philosophies.
So if Venus in Cancer is making you the emotional glue at work, the sun in Gemini is making your brain just totally hungry for new information.
That's exactly it. You're going to feel very curious about the vast world around you.
Like wanting to travel.
Yes, you will have a strong desire to travel or to learn something completely new. If you have been thinking about taking a class or reading a big, thick book or planning a trip to a foreign country, this is the week where that desire becomes very strong.
I feel like those two things work so well together. You are charming everyone at the office, and your brain is just soaking up new ideas like a sponge.
Right. You are pleasant, but you're also really sharp.
Exactly. Here's where it gets really interesting, though. On May 22, the astro data shows something called Venus trining the true node. And May 22 is also listed as a best date.
Yes, a very important day.
Let's break this down into plain English for the listeners. What is a trine, and what on earth is the true node?
Okay, let's start with the trine. In the astrological charts, planets are always moving in a circle around the sky, right?
Right.
When two planets are exactly 120 degrees apart from each other, they form a triangle shape. We call this a trine.
A triangle. Trine. Makes
Yeah.
sense.
Exactly. And it is the luckiest, smoothest angle in all of astrology.
Yeah.
It means the energy between those 2 points is flowing perfectly, like a gentle river. There's no struggling at all.
Wow. Okay, so a trine is the easiest, luckiest connection. And the planets involved here are Venus, which is your ruling planet of charm and career right now, and the true node. But what is the node?
So the true node is not actually a planet.
Oh, it isn't.
No, it's a mathematical point in the sky.
Yeah.
It shows where the moon crosses the path of the sun. But in astrology, the true node represents your path of growth.
Your path of growth, like your destiny.
Yes. It is the direction you are meant to travel in this lifetime to find your true purpose. Some people call it your North Star.
That is so cool. So your planet of charm and career is making a perfectly smooth, lucky connection to the point in the sky that represents your ultimate life purpose.
You got it. This brings a magical and fated connection that could easily lead to your ultimate dream job.
Oh, wow. So it's not just like an average Tuesday at work.
Not at all. It is not just getting a normal promotion. It is meeting someone who changes your whole career path. It could be a chance meeting in an elevator or an introduction at a dinner party.
Okay, but I have to stop you there.
Oh,
When we use words like fated connection or destined, it sounds a bit like a fairy tale, you know?
I know it does.
If the stars are handing us these dream job opportunities on a silver platter, is there any danger in just sitting back and waiting for the phone to ring? Do we even have to try?
Well, that is the danger of misunderstanding astrology.
Right.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, the astrological charts show the weather, not the outcome.
The weather, not the outcome. I like that.
Yeah, so if the weather report says it will be a perfect, sunny day for a picnic, that is wonderful. But if you just sit inside your house with the curtains drawn, you will miss the sunshine entirely.
You still have to pack the basket and go outside.
Exactly. The astro data still requires you to take action. You must use your natural diplomacy and your sweet communication skills to network right now.
So you have to be proactive.
Very proactive. The helpful people you meet now will help you succeed greatly in the future. The trine makes the conversation flow easily, but you have to actually start the conversation.
Right.
So stay polite and professional in all your meetings because you never know who might hold the key to that dream job.
It sounds like you are stepping onto a brightly lit stage where the audience already loves your performance. You just have to remember your lines, smile, and actually say the words out loud.
That is a perfect analogy.
Okay, so that is your public life. Everything looks amazing for your career. Now let's talk about the private life, because the faded energy from your career perfectly flows into your personal partnerships.
It does, yes.
And interestingly, the astro data shows that love and money are closely linked this week through the planet Mars. So let's look at the deep end of the pool here.
Yes, let's dive in. On May 18th, Mars enters the sign of Taurus. Let's look at what these two things mean.
Hmm.
Mars is the planet of action, drive, heat, and sometimes conflict.
It's aggressive energy.
Very. Think of it as the engine in your car. Now, Taurus is an earth sign. It is represented by the bull.
Right, stubborn.
Very stubborn.
Yeah.
It is slow, steady, and cares very deeply about physical security and money.
So you are putting the hot engine of Mars into the slow, heavy, money-focused sign of Taurus. That sounds like a really heavy combination.
It is heavy, but it is also very powerful. When Mars enters this specific area of a Libra's chart, it activates two very specific things at the exact same time.
And what are those?
Deep intimacy and shared resource.
Oh, okay. Let's break those down. Let's start with the deep intimacy. The charts say you will strongly crave a bond that goes way beyond the surface level.
Right. Mars brings heat and passion.
Yeah.
But because it is in Taurus, which wants things to be real and solid, you are not interested in casual dating or quick text messages or small talk this week.
No small talk allowed.
Exactly. You want to know someone's soul. You want to merge completely with your partner.
Wow.
Yeah, you want a love that you can actually feel and trust. It activates the sector of your chart that deals with shared secrets.
Shared secrets. I mean, that requires a lot of vulnerability. You have to let your walls down completely.
You really do. You are looking for a totally intense and passionate week in your love life. And right on the heels of that feeling, on May 19th, Venus sextiles Mars.
Okay, wait. We talked about a trine being a lucky 120-degree angle. What is a sextile?
So a sextile is a 60-degree angle between two planets. If a trine is like a smooth, flowing river, a sextile is like a friendly conversation across a table.
Okay, so it's good, but it needs a little push.
Exactly. It is an opportunity. It is a helpful angle that requires just a little bit of effort to activate. So you have Venus, the planet of gentle romance, making a friendly connection with Mars, the planet of physical passion.
Oh, the planet of love and the planet of lust are working together.
Yes, they are teaming up. The atmosphere is highly romantic and physically exciting. The heat gets turned up very quickly.
I can imagine.
Venus softens the aggressive side of Mars, and Mars gives Venus the courage to make a move. This is highlighted as a truly perfect day to plan a special date with someone you love.
So if you are in a relationship, this is the night to hire a babysitter, dress up nicely, and go somewhere special to celebrate each other.
Absolutely.
So the love part is incredibly intense, very physical, and really exciting. But you mentioned Mars entering Taurus also affects money. The charts show that you will feel very motivated to pay off old debts or organize your complex taxes.
That's right.
And that you must be highly proactive about shared money and joint bank accounts.
It is, because Taurus rules the material world.
Mm.
It rules the things we can touch, hold, and count. Food, shelter, and money.
Tangible things.
Yes. When Mars brings its fiery, active energy to the part of your chart that deals with things you share with other people, it lights a huge fire under your finances.
But why shared money? Why not just like your own personal wallet?
That's because of the specific area of your astrological chart that Mars is traveling through right now. For a Libra, Mars is moving through the zone that rules money you get from other sources.
Oh, like a partner's income?
Right. A partner's income, a bank loan, a tax refund, or paying off a debt you owe to someone else. You will want to get all of this in perfect order. You want to build a solid foundation.
And we also have some very helpful energy for getting that money organized later in the week, right? Because on May 22, Mercury sextiles Saturn. Let's explain these two planets.
Okay, so Mercury is the planet that rules your mind, how you think, how you read, and how you talk.
Communication.
Yes. And Saturn is the heavy planet of rules, structure, responsibility, and discipline. It is the strict teacher of the zodiac.
So when the planet of the mind forms that friendly 60-degree angle, the sextile to the planet of strict rules, What happens?
You get a very clear, focused mind. You have amazing concentration.
Like laser focus.
Exactly. You can read the fine print on a contract without getting a headache. This is the time to sign important financial documents or banking papers safely and with total confidence.
Because Saturn is helping you look at all the serious details. And the astro data also reminds you to keep your expenses low and save more money. But then, on May 24, Mars sextiles the true node. We talked about the true node being that North Star of your life purpose. This sounds like a big deal for money.
It is a massive deal. It is a wonderful aspect.
Huh?
Earlier, we talked about Venus connecting to the true node, which brought a lucky career break. Here, Mars connecting to the true node brings a lucky financial break.
Wow, so action meets purpose.
Exactly. It is a fortunate opportunity to finally resolve a financial disagreement that has been bothering you, or maybe to secure a large loan you really need.
Like for a house or a car.
Right. The action you take with Mars aligns perfectly with your life path. It is a green light from the universe to fix your money problems.
So let me get this straight. It is like doing a joint spring cleaning in your life.
That's a good way to put it.
Right. Whether you are clearing out emotional walls with your partner to get to those deep shared secrets, or you are literally clearing out old tax forms on the kitchen table, the goal is getting to the deep truth.
Spot on.
But I have to ask, why does Mars entering Taurus make us want both physical romance and tax organization at the exact same time?
It sounds funny, doesn't it?
It does. When I am feeling romantic, the last thing I want to think about is paying the water bill. Those seem like totally opposite moods.
They do seem like complete opposites on the surface.
Yeah.
But if we analyze them deeply, they are both rooted in the exact same basic human need.
Which is what?
Security. Both are about security, shared resources, and laying down a solid, tangible foundation for the future.
Oh, wow. I see. You want a relationship that is secure, and you want a bank account that is secure.
Exactly. You want to know that your partner is completely yours, and you want to know that your home and your bank account are safe from danger. It is all about building a secure life together.
That makes total sense. You cannot truly relax into that deep, passionate romance if you are secretly worrying about a joint credit card bill, right?
No, you can't. The worry will ruin the romance. You have to handle both to feel truly safe.
That perfectly explains it. The money is the foundation that allows the romance to bloom. But speaking of worrying, while the week has these incredible highs in career and love, the astro data for May 22 also shows a heavy storm cloud rolling in.
Yes, unfortunately it does.
We have to talk about it. Let's talk about navigating the fog, the confusing energy, and who you absolutely need to avoid.
Yeah, May 22 is an incredibly busy day in the sky. While you have that great career energy from Venus trining the node and the clear thinking from Mercury sextiling Saturn, you also have Venus squaring Neptune.
Okay, let's explain a square. We talked about trines being smooth and sextiles being friendly. What happens when planets form a square?
A square is a hard 90-degree angle. Imagine two cars arriving at an intersection at the exact same time from different directions.
Oh, yikes.
Yeah. Neither one wants to stop. It creates friction, tension, and a crash if you're not careful. So here, Venus is the planet of love, and Neptune is the planet of dreams, illusions, fog, and confusion.
So the planet of love is crashing into a thick fog of confusion.
Exactly.
The charts say this brings a heavy cloud of confusing illusions to your love life. You might feel totally unsure about your partner's true feelings. That sounds awful, especially after craving all that deep intimacy we just talked about.
It can be very unsettling. Neptune makes things very blurry.
Yeah.
You literally cannot see clearly in front of you.
So you start overthinking everything.
Exactly. Because of this, you might start making up stories in your own head.
Like what kind of stories?
Well, if your partner is quiet at dinner or if they forget to text you back right away, the fog of Neptune might make you suddenly think they do not love you anymore, or that they're hiding a terrible secret.
Your imagination runs wild, but in a bad way. You start connecting dots that are not actually there.
Right. You panic over nothing.
So what is the actionable advice here for Libra? How do you deal with this fog?
You have to gently and clearly ask honest questions. Do not let doubts fester in your mind.
So just talk to them.
Yes, do not let the stories grow in the dark. Focus entirely on building trust and open communication. If you feel unsure, you just have to look at your partner and say, "Hey, I'm feeling a little insecure today. Can we talk about this?"
Oh, that's really good. Do not accuse them of anything. Do not say, "Why are you ignoring me?" Just own your own feelings and communicate.
Exactly. Just ask. Do not assume the worst.
Okay, that's crucial. Also on May 22, the Sun conjuncts Uranus. Let's break this one down.
So a conjunction means two planets are standing in the exact same spot in the sky. They are 0 degrees apart. Their energies are completely blended together.
Okay.
The sun is your core self, your identity, and your life force. Uranus is the planet of sudden shocks, lightning bolts, surprises, and rapid changes.
Wait, so a lightning bolt is striking your core identity.
Yes, when they sit right next to each other, it brings a sudden change of personal beliefs.
How does that usually play out?
You might wake up and realize you completely disagree with something you have strongly believed for years. Or you might suddenly understand a complex problem in a totally new way. It is an awakening.
The advice from the charts here is to stay open to new perspectives and embrace continuous learning. Let your natural charm open new doors, even if the ideas seem crazy at first.
Yes, stay open.
But this brings us to a major warning for the week. The Astro data clearly points out the worst match for a Libra right now, the person you will clash with the most. And that is a Capricorn.
What's fascinating here is how the astrological charts show the friction between different types of people during these transits. Let's look at why a Capricorn is your worst match this week.
Okay, let's hear it.
You are a Libra, an air sign. You want peace, balance, and harmony. You want everyone to be happy.
Right. If there is an argument, a Libra wants to sit down and find a compromise. We hate sudden shocks.
Exactly. But Uranus is bringing sudden shocks and chaotic changes to your beliefs right now. This upsets your natural need for peace. You are already feeling a bit off balance.
Oh, I see where this is going.
Now add a Capricorn to the mix. Capricorn is an earth sign. They love rules, rigid structure, tradition, and authority.
So how does a Capricorn react when chaotic Uranus energy is filling the air?
A Capricorn will react to this unpredictable stress by becoming extremely cold, distant, and bossy.
Yikes.
Yeah, when a Capricorn feels chaotic energy, they try to control everything around them to feel safe. They will demand strict rules. They will act like a harsh boss.
Meanwhile, you just want harmony and compromise. You want to talk it out and find a gentle middle ground.
And remember that Venus squaring Neptune is happening on the exact same day, May 22.
Oh, right. The confusion and the fog in love.
Yes. So you are already having these confusing illusions and doubting your own worth in your relationships. This is where the clash becomes very painful for you.
How so?
The charts show that you will try to be sweet and accommodating to calm the angry Capricorn down. You will use your Venus charm to try and make them smile. But under this sky, they will not care about your sweetness.
No.
They will only care about work, duties, and following the rules.
Ouch. That serious attitude will feel very harsh and unloving to your gentle spirit.
It will. And because Neptune is making you doubt yourself, you will take their coldness personally. You will think, what did I do wrong? Why don't they like me?
But it's not actually about you at all.
No, the truth is it has nothing to do with you. It is just how they process stress. But the result is that their coldness causes you to feel very sad, rejected, and lonely.
So the advice is crystal clear. Avoid spending too much time with a Capricorn this week. Whether it is a boss, a family member, or a friend, they will make you feel completely drained of all your energy.
Just steer clear.
Do not try to fix their bad mood and do not try to make them smile. Just give them plenty of space and walk away.
But wait, so what does this all mean? I have to ask you a pushback question here.
Go ahead.
May 22 is listed as one of our best dates because of those fated lucky career meetings we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
The trine to the true node.
Yes. But it is also the same day bringing confusing illusions in love, sudden shocks to our beliefs, and terrible clashes with Capricorns. How do you balance having the best day and the most confusing day at the exact same time?
That is the beauty and the true complexity of analyzing astrology. It is never just one simple thing. Different planets affect completely different areas of your life at the same time.
Okay, so how do we compartmentalize that?
Let's look at the areas. Venus training the true node is happening in your career sector. So you can be a total rock star at the office during the day, shaking hands, making big moves, and impressing the boss.
You are winning at work.
Yes, but when you come home, Venus squaring Neptune in your private life might make you feel a bit lost or insecure with your romantic partner. You can have a brilliant day at work and a tearful, confusing evening at home.
Wow. That's a roller coaster.
This is exactly why clear communication is your safety net this week.
Keep the career engine running, but tread very carefully in your personal interactions. I love that strategy. So since the heavy energy with Capricorns and the fog of Neptune might bring you down, let's look at the charts to see who you should spend time with.
Good idea.
We need someone to heal your mind and boost your health. Let's talk about finding your people, healing, and finding peace.
Yes, we need to look closely at health and wellness for a moment, specifically focusing on managing your mental stress. Because on May 19, Mercury squares the true node.
There is that square again. A hard 90-degree angle creating friction, and Mercury is the mind, right?
Exactly. When your mind forms a hard square to the true node, which represents the distant future and your destiny, it creates a lot of mental friction. Your brain is clashing with the future.
The astro data says this might make you feel deeply worried about things that have not even happened yet, causing bad tension headaches or very restless sleep. That sounds like your brain just will not turn off at night when you hit the pillow.
Yes, your mind is spinning out of control trying to plan for every possible outcome. You are trying to manage the future.
Which is impossible.
Completely impossible. The lesson here is so important for Libra to hear. You must practice letting go of things you simply cannot control. You cannot map out the entire future. You have to breathe and let it be.
But luckily, the charts offer a wonderful remedy on that exact same day.
They do.
Also on May 19, Mercury sextiles Neptune.
This is a perfect example of how the planets offer medicine for the problems they cause. While Mercury squaring the node brings mental worry, Mercury in a friendly 60-degree sextile to Neptune brings total relief.
And Neptune is the planet of
Spirituality, art, music, and dreams.
So your mind is forming a friendly connection with art and spirituality.
Exactly. This aspect provides a beautiful wave of spiritual healing and mental calm. It washes over your anxious brain like cool water.
The advice from the charts is to use this day to literally wash your worries away. Listen to soothing music or engage in a fun, creative hobby to relax your busy mind. Maybe paint, write in a journal, or just sit quietly with a really good album playing in the background.
That sounds lovely.
And the charts say to surround yourself with the color of the week, which is pink. Why pink?
Pink is such a gentle, soothing, loving color. It perfectly matches the soft energy of Venus in Cancer that we talked about earlier. Wearing a pink shirt or having pink flowers on your desk will visually remind you to soften your harsh thoughts and be kind to yourself.
It is a visual cue to relax.
Yes, it really is.
And then on May 24th, your mood gets a huge natural lift. The moon enters Leo. Let's talk about the moon in Leo.
Well, the moon moves very fast, changing signs every couple of days. The moon rules your daily moods, your stomach, and your basic emotional needs. Leo is a warm, fiery, playful, theatrical sign.
So your emotions are getting a shot of warm fire. And since Libra is an air sign, fire and air usually work very well together, right? Fire needs air to burn bright.
Exactly. When the moon moves into Leo, you do not want to be alone. You need to be around joyful, loud, happy people. You want to celebrate.
The charts say to surround yourself with happy friends to instantly boost your mood and your overall physical vitality. Laughter is literally the best medicine for your body on May 20, friend.
It truly is.
And remember to breathe deeply and stay relaxed in your shoulders. Which leads us perfectly to the person you absolutely must call to hang out with, your best match for the week, the person who will bring you the most joy, and that is an Aquarius.
And Aquarius is your greatest ally this week, without a doubt. Let's look at why they match so well with the stars right now.
Okay, let's do it.
First of all, Aquarius is an air sign, just like you. You both understand the world through ideas, talking, and logic.
And on May 24, when the sun enters Gemini, which is another air sign, it lights up all the air signs in the zodiac.
Yes, it creates a triangle of air energy. The astro data says this sparks brilliant intellectual conversations that you both deeply crave. Your mind will feel totally awake, and an Aquarius will be the perfect person to sit at a coffee shop with for hours, just sharing your wildest theories.
I love that. And remember, back on May 18, we talked about Mercury conjuncting Uranus. Mercury is the mind, Uranus is lightning. Sudden flashes of genius will strike you. You need someone who will not think you are crazy for having weird, sudden ideas.
And an Aquarius is ruled by Uranus. They are the weirdest, most unique sign in the zodiac.
Oh, that's perfect.
They have a very unique way of looking at the world, so they will absolutely love your sudden flashes of genius. They will encourage your wild ideas, and in return, they will deeply appreciate your natural Libra sense of balance, beauty, and fairness.
It sounds like such an easy, flowing friendship where you just get each other, and it gets even better. On May 22, when Venus trines the node, the charts say there is a magical, faded feeling to your interactions with an Aquarius.
You will feel like you were meant to cross paths with this specific friend at this exact moment in your life. Maybe they casually give you a piece of advice that changes how you handle your career, or maybe you just share a loud laugh that totally heals your stress and headache.
It is a fantastic time for mutual inspiration and deep friendship.
It really is.
And if you are hanging out with your Aquarius friends or really doing anything important this week, I want to casually drop your lucky numbers to look out for. Keep your eyes open for the numbers 6, 15, 24, 33, 41, and 50.
Those numbers might pop up on a digital clock when you randomly check the time, on a grocery store receipt, or even as a street address when you're walking to a meeting.
Do not obsess over them. Just let them be a little reminder that the universe is working with you, not against you.
I like that.
It is like having a cosmic shield around you. Your brilliant Aquarius friends, the gentle color pink, and some soothing music in your headphones are your absolute armor against those terrible tension headaches and those bossy, demanding Capricorns. You are protecting your peace.
This raises an important question to think about as you go through your week.
Oh, what's that?
You have this incredible mix of lucky, fated career moments and very intense private intimacy over your shared resources. But your biggest lesson might simply be learning what you absolutely cannot control.
The future.
Exactly. The future is unwritten. If you can let go of trying to manage and plan every detail of the distant future, how much more joy could you find in those sudden, genius conversations happening right now today?
What a beautiful way to look at it. Focus on the genius of today, not the worry of tomorrow. Let the career happen, enjoy the romance, handle your money, but let go of the worry. Thank you so much for listening to this episode on Horoscope TV.
Thanks for joining us.
Make sure you hit subscribe so you can get notified the moment our next episode is available. Keep looking up, Libra, and we will see you next week.